Hello and good morning. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and in this video I'm going to try to show you everything you need to know about sheep in hopefully 10 minutes or less. We'll see how it goes. So I did make a long form video about this already where I went over 3 different ways to mow and different ways to bale. This is going to be a little simpler, so this is going to just show you one way you can do it. Here I am in my 150 horsepower Fendt. I've got a front mower attached, and I've got a collection wagon on the back. So I'm going to just turn on, lower and then turn on this front mower. No, that folded it. There we go, turn on the front mower, switch to the back. We're going to lower the collection wagon and turn that on to make sure we've got that, and we should be able to just mow in a line, and that grass should be picked up like so into the collection wagon. I had mine turned off for a second, so bear with me, but I'm just going to collect, and look, I've already got 5,000 liters of grass in this collection wagon. So you can basically just go up and down like you do. You can actually lift the pickup like so, and then switch to the front, lift the mower, and then you can turn around. And this is just a great way to not even have to have a grass field, but to just get some grass off of the edges of your field. So we're going to lower that back down and then lower our pickup again, and then just go from here. And see, I can even miss some grass on the end of that line and just pick up the grass like so. And I apologize for the shadows of the tree. Maybe I should have done this in a separate area. But you get the idea. As you can see, I'm up to 8,000 liters of grass right now. I'm about 50% full in this wagon. So I'm going to go ahead and lift that front mower. Nope, that was the pickup. I'm going to lift that, turn off that front mower and lift it up. And in the back in the collection wagon here, I'm just going to back up real quick. I want to grab this other row that I missed when my collection wagon was turned off. Like so. And then you just come over to your sheep pen right here. And you see this dump icon, and I went over this a little bit in the other video, but you would just take this here and drive forward till you get that little symbol, and I was not close enough, so we're going to try to really get in there. Looks like I'm going to have to fold the mower to try to get a little bit closer. But we're going to get real close to this. We're going to switch to the back, lift that peg up, and there you go. Start overloading grass. So you just right bumper and triangle. I'm going to dump that grass right into the sheep pen, and it's going to take it until they're full and can't take any more, which is right there. So if I go in here and look at my sheep, they now have 11,500 liters of grass, which means they're full on grass. That's pretty much all they need. Their wool is actually getting full, so let's talk about that next. So these are actually the same sheep I bought before. I just wanted to let them run for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the tractor here. The wool, like I said before, my other video, comes out here, and I've just been letting this build up. I haven't unloaded it a single time yet, but I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like when it's kind of getting full there. So I've got a forklift here that I've parked, and I find that this is the easiest way to do it. I just park it back here, it kind of loads right behind, and then I'm able to just come out and start loading this stuff up. A little tight, sorry about that. Gotta lean forward, there we go. Lean forward some more to get that. And then I'm gonna pull this out. And I've got a flatbed trailer, which unfortunately my grass is a little tall here, but the flatbed's laying right here. And so I can just load these right onto this flatbed. Like so. And I'll just do one more in the video. I won't make you watch me do all this, or this won't be a 10-minute video. But you get the idea. You can just leave a forklift parked there if you have one. You can also use front loader arms like I did in the other video when I was dealing with the bales. But I like having a forklift. I think it's a little easier to load with this. and then you basically load those onto your trailer like so. And you can even use this second pallet to kind of push that first pallet into place a little bit. And then you can sort of back out, and obviously in real life you wouldn't do this, but you can use the forks to just kind of push that over if you want to get a third bale on. And I find that parking it right next to the back of the barn like this is a great way to not push too hard, because you can't push them off the other side that way. And then when you get them, obviously those aren't perfectly lined up, but you can strap them down. You can even get a third bale on here and go from there. So that's how you get the wool. You just hook your tractor up to this and take that wool down to the spinnery to make it into cloth, I believe. And then you can take that cloth and sell that, or you can turn that cloth into textiles or clothes at another production factory. So that's step 2, is getting the wool off and sold. Now if this fills up, you'll have to unload it so that it'll keep producing wool, because once it's at max it won't do that anymore. The last thing is the sheep themselves. You can actually make a little bit of a profit on the sheep. So I'm getting in my trailer with my animal transport here, and in the original video I had bought 20 sheep. I believe it's these ones that are now 21 months old. And then we went and picked up some sheep, these Swiss brown ones. Now they've reproduced, so now I'm at 64 of 65. So these 20 that I got that are 21 months old are now worth the most at 625, because they're producing wool and reproducing. But they've reproduced twice. They have lambed once here 8 months ago and produced 20 more sheep that are now worth $300. So these are completely free. And then down here, they have produced just 3 months ago another 20 sheep. So I thought, look at this, 625, 300, 175. Let's take as many of these $600 sheep back, and we can sell them to where we got them. So we're going to select those, and 13 is the maximum I can get in my trailer. So now I have 13 of those in here, and that's going to leave room for these sheep, and then again, once these start reproducing, these sheep to reproduce. So you can actually take the sheep and sell off the sheep once they're old enough, depending on what you want your wool production to be. I could also sell the lambs off at 175 each, but obviously I'm making a better profit here. And the same thing with these brown sheep, my Swiss brown black mountain sheep or whatever they're called. I had 2 of them here, and then they made 2 more down here. So a month ago they reproduced. So depending on how you want to do this, you can actually sell the livestock off for an additional profit and go from there. Now obviously the young lambs, the ones that I have that are 3 months old, won't produce wool. I believe 8 months is when they start producing wool, so the 8-month-year-old ones will start producing wool, and then I believe they start reproducing at 12 months or something along those lines. So, but if you have an animal trailer, which I suggested you do to save yourself that delivery fee, you can just drive over to that, and we're going to sell these off for a little bit of profit, and then I'm going to show you how to buy more while we're there with the trailer, and that's going to be about it. Now, you don't have to buy more, because my sheep are going to just make new sheep and fill me up to 65. So whenever I'm at 65 sheep, I like to sell off a load or two just to make sure that I have them available room for the lambs. Otherwise you just don't get them, and you're just kind of losing that profit. Now again, if I was focused entirely on wool as my main production source, I probably would just keep mature sheep that could produce wool, and they would be able to produce that wool for me, and I would be able to sell that for a profit. But this is another way to do it, where you're actually making money on both the wool and on the sheep. And since I'm not using the wool for anything right now other than loading on that trailer, I might as well turn a profit on the sheep as they reproduce. And again, the feed is entirely free. I'm just using grass from my farm to feed them. So this is a great way early game to make some money and help get your farm going if you can afford the sheep pen in the beginning. And it's just a mower and a collection wagon. You don't even have to mess with bales like I did in my longer video. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you. If you're just looking to get started in sheep, this is a great way to do it. but obviously you play how you want. If you want to focus on the textiles and the wool, then I obviously wouldn't probably sell them like I'm about to here. And then I think at some point they do stop being as productive for the wool, so you'd want to sell them off too, but they're probably worth less at that point. And I'm just trying to hit the trigger here. Nope. Come on, I know the trigger's right here. Why am I not hitting it? There we go. So I have in here 13 Steinschaft sheep for $625. We're going to go ahead and select those and sell. So we're going to get $8,000 for that. And then if I was to buy, and what I would suggest also is rotate your sheep. So I'd buy some Landrets of Bentheim here, and I could buy the lambs here for basically 200 each, or I could buy the mature ones that we're going to start producing wool for 488. So 625, I could bring these 488s back. Not only would they start producing wool next month, they would also start making baby lambs pretty soon. So I'm not going to buy any because, like I said, I'm going to get some free ones in about 3 or 4 months that should fill me back up to 65, and you can kind of go from there. So I'm going to leave the video there. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it by giving it a thumbs up, or you can subscribe for more great content. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.